What's going on, guys? Captain Cody Davis here, back again for another episode of Tight Splice Charters. Obviously, you guys can see I am not out on Lake Okeechobee right now. I was out there earlier today, been out there for the past 13 days straight, and going to be out there for the next 8 days before I finally take a week off and go away for Thanksgiving to the Georgia woods to hang out for a week. So it's kind of where I wanted to start out. Been super busy, so thank you. Thank you all of you guys who follow me on social, follow me on here, subscribe, what have you, and have picked up the phone to call and book a trip or multiple trips like a lot of you have. The support means a lot. I'm super thankful for all of you guys and the business being so good right now with everything going on in the world. And it means a lot because a lot of you know me and Breezy are expecting our first child come April. Just found out Thursday we're expecting a baby boy, so we're super excited. I'm just over the moon excited just to experience the whole becoming a dad experience. And, obviously excited for bring this little dude into the world and show him, introduce him to the sport of fishing that we all love. So just looking forward to that whole deal, and just super glad that I am as busy as I am so I can keep stashing that diaper money away. So any of you guys that are on the fence, don't be on the fence, pick up the phone and call. So we're looking forward to all that. I apologize for the lack of content here on the channel. Been super busy running trips, obviously, so haven't had much time to get out and fun fish and film for myself to get content for you guys. But starting this week, I'm really going to do my best to, even if I am too busy to go out and film, to try and put some sort of video out and create some kind of content for you guys at least once a week, if not twice a week. Whether it's hanging out here in the shop, just showing you guys a new knot, showing you guys a new way to rig something I figured out, giving you guys a fishing report like I'm doing here, or if it's going to be out on Lake Okeechobee showing you guys what's going on, or I'm really going to try and branch out and bring to you guys a bunch of different fisheries that this area of Florida has to offer. Whether it's snakehead fishing down in the private lakes, whether it's just fishing for the exotics, tarpon, what have you. And a lot of these fisheries I've taken advantage of my whole entire life. I'm born and raised here, but a lot of these fisheries I'm very familiar with, but I might not feel 100% comfortable letting you guys hire me to take you out and take advantage of these things. I know of guides that make their full-time living specifically fishing this fishery. I have no problem passing the buck to them, passing you on to them. You come fish on Lake Okeechobee with me a day, and you want to go catch clown knife fish and peacocks on Lake Ida, I've got guys for you that can take you to go do that are much more dialed in than I would be, because they do it out there every day just like I work on Lake Okeechobee every day kind of thing. But South Florida is an amazing fishery, whether it's offshore, inshore, backwater, exotics, Lake Okeechobee, just bass fishing in general. So I want to try and bring you guys up to speed with everything that there is to do down here. So if Lake Okeechobee is on your bucket list and you have other species on your bucket list, you can kind of plan it out and come down and knock them all out in one trip, which is something pretty cool about this location. You can do that. So going to try and expand a little bit, but the sole purpose of this whole YouTube channel of mine was just to basically show advertisement and use as advertisement here for my business. And my business is out here on Lake Okeechobee, so don't worry. The Lake Okeechobee videos are going to continue to flow, and every once in a while I'll try to drop in something different. So that's kind of what's coming. That's what's been going on. I've been super busy. Thank you guys for calling. Thank you guys for booking trips. I'm literally watching texts come through, people interested in trips right now, so it means the world to me. Also, holidays are coming up. I am giving out gift certificates. If any of you guys who watch this, or your husband watches, whatever, your wife, whoever wants to go fishing with me, you can call me and get a gift certificate. I've done about 3 or 4 of them already. Breezy made me some. I don't have one in here. I thought maybe I had one sitting here on my shelf I could show you, but I can send you a certificate in the mail, so they have something to open. You just call me, book the trip, they get a certificate, and then whatever, they open it for Christmas, they can call and we'll plan the trip. You can call and do that. I throw you guys in some Tight Splice Charter stickers, and I throw in a line cutter tool, which is pretty neat. I got these made and I've got them stuck everywhere. They just got some 3M tape on the back. You can stick this. Mine, I have 2. When you open up my main hatch of my boat where all my tackle is, this is on there. No scissors needed. These things cut 65-pound braid like nothing. I've got 2 of them mounted right here. You can't see one of. I've got them mounted everywhere. So I'll send that to you with the certificate so they have kind of gift factor when they open it up. So yeah, keep that in mind. But today's video is really going to be about the fishing report. What's going on out there on Lake Okeechobee? We'll kind of get right into it. We're at over 16 feet, which is extremely high. And in my perfect world, the lake would be down about a foot, foot and a half, but it's not, so you got to live with it. 16 foot, what does that do? A lot of area for these fish to be in right now. Okay, areas back in May that were a foot and a half are now 4 foot, and that's no exaggeration. The other thing 16 foot does this time of year, we get really heavy winds. We get those northeast, easterly winds, and navigating the lake can be a hassle. You know, before you were able to get behind the hard line and run the back boat trails to go north or south or even a little bit east or west with no issue when it was windy. But now the water is so high, those rollers roll right through that hard line into the boat lanes. Today, it was blowing 25 out of the northeast when I took off. The boat lane that's usually silky smooth was, it was terrible. Took some waves over the bow. No matter how long or how slow you went, took your time, you're going to get wet and get sprayed. So definitely be careful out there. Those back boat lanes that you ran 2 months ago or on a calm day, when it gets rough, the rollers are going to end up back there. So it makes navigating a little bit hectic. Just take your time, get there safely. If you are unfamiliar with this lake, it's an inland sea. All right, it is shallow, but you do get big rollers. And you can get in a world of trouble real quick if you're not familiar with where you're going. So definitely be careful out there. Other than that, the eelgrass and the hydrilla is doing a good job of filtering the water as those rollers roll in. A lot of the backwater areas are still remaining clean. A little bit dingy, but they're still pretty clean for the most part. Pretty much everywhere I've been. I've been focusing my efforts from Clewiston all the way up to Little Grassy on the north end. Really been leaving the south end alone just because it's so susceptible to the wind. With no hard line and those northerly winds coming, I just don't want to focus my efforts down there, find a group of fish, someone come in, fly in to go fishing with me, and my fish get destroyed down there. So I'm staying on the west side, fishing areas that are going to be protected no matter what. Maybe there is a giant bag of fish to be caught on the south end. I'm just not taking the chance to go down there and try to find them. I've just been sticking on the west side. Fishing's been a grind, no doubt, but there's big fish to be caught as always. Literally from Clewiston to Little Grassy, Harney Pond, the Box, Horse, you name it, there's fish being caught everywhere. With the high water, these fish are very spread out. We did have a lot of fish on beds as of last week. As of 3 days ago, we caught fish on beds. Not physically seeing them, but once you're out here a lot, you can find out. You know when fish are spawning, just the way they're behaving, what they're set up on, how they're hitting the bait, things like that. Some of the fish we flip in the boat and their tails are literally bleeding on the deck. So we did have a small wave of fish move in. Caught about a 7-pounder a couple days ago on a bed. Literally went by there today. Bright blue sunny skies. Troll over that hole or that reed and you could see the fresh bed that she had made there. Still sitting. The fish was gone because we did have cold weather roll in. So a lot of those fish that were spawning have now pushed off the beds with the water temperature dropping a little bit. But that's the thing, these fish aren't going to go far. Most of the time they're just tucking up under any matted vegetation you can find. But for the most part, been catching a lot of male fish and really having to grind it out to get that big female to bite. Had a few fish over 6 pounds this week. 1 7-pounder, all fat and healthy. Beautiful fish that are coming in. I don't believe this is a main wave of fish making their way in, but it was definitely a small wave and there were some really nice fish being caught. I think that next real big wave of fish, we're going to have that water temperature drop another 10 degrees to really bring them in off that main lake, and then it should really pop off. But it's kind of just been a 1-2 punch for me, and if you really ask anybody, I think it's kind of just been a 1-2 punch for really everyone on the lake. With the cold weather moving in like this, it's kind of a standard deal. The big weight has been a player. It's no secret. Some people might be pissed that I'm telling you guys this, but I don't really care. 1.5 ounces, 1.25 ounces weight, just flipping any matted vegetation you can find, whether it's chopped grass in cattail heads, whether it's topped out hydrilla, whether it's pennyworts in the back wall, anything you can find, flip it. Especially if it's on a colder day like this morning. Them fish are going to seek refuge under there, and that's going to keep them warm, so they're going to get under there. Especially if you can find any matted vegetation around any spawning flats. That's kind of been the key. But the main bait, the main presentation that's been doing damage for me for the past week and a half has been this guy. Just a gambler, easy swimmer. Color hasn't really seemed to matter, but this is red ear, one of my favorite colors. He's kind of a natural bluegill presentation. I like the Big Easy. I'm a Big Easy person, but I feel like on these cold weather situations, the Easy Swimmer, just that little bit more subtle presentation gets a lot more bites. And it definitely did this week. A lot more bites came on this exact bait as opposed to the Big Easy, but play with it. See what's going on. The great thing about this bait, you can do so much with it. You can buzz it and cover a lot of water, literally run it on the top like a horny toad. You could swim it just under the surface like a wake bait. You could swim it subsurface, mid-water column. And the other thing that's been working very good this week is making a long cast past the target, any isolated reeds, dollar pads, needle grass, what have you, bringing it to the reed, if you will, or whatever's sticking up out there, and just killing it and letting this thing fall right down alongside it and not moving it. Those fish are spawning there that just looks like a bluegill or whatever they think it is, swimming down on their bed, and they've been hammering it. Most of our bigger fish have been coming dead stick in this thing like a damn Senko. Reel it to the, about to break a rod here. Reel it to the target, kill it, and literally letting it lay there for almost 30 seconds sometimes has got the biggest bites this week. Also, I've had a lot of fish blowing it up on top when burning it. A lot of those fish, though, are just trying to kill it, get it away from their bed. A lot of them are hitting it closed mouth, things like that. So you got to be kind of patient. You're going to miss a lot of fish doing this. You're going to lose a lot of fish even when they do commit to the bait and eat it. You set the hook, they get in that needle grass or that hydrilla, they're going to come off. That's just part of it. Me, I fish it on 65-pound braid. Some people like throwing 50 for more distance. I like the 65, and this has been the key for me and my clients for the past week and a half. Like I said, we tried experimenting with swimming worms, speed worms, gambler burner worms, tried a frog worked here and there, but for whatever reason, working a swim bait like this, particularly this one, has been getting the most bites and been working the best. Hence why I had to go to Mike's and buy 8 more bags of them because we're running out. Fishing that on a 7.0 Gambler Big Easy hook with an 1/8 ounce weight and screw lock, and that's been getting it done. So the weather looks good for the next 2 weeks, and like I said, then I'll be gone. And then after that, we get into we're seriously into winter, and that's when these really big fish are going to move in. So if you guys are looking to book a trip, give me a call sooner than later. We are starting to book up. The next video you'll see after this Saturday, me and Kelly are fishing the Rolla Martin Marine Series tournament. We've fished like 3 of them this year. I don't think you guys have seen a single video from that because we've done absolutely horrible. We're putting it all in on this one. I'm gonna be on the lake for 2 weeks leading up to this event straight. I have 1 day off this week that I'm leaving off because I'm going practicing, and I'm really going to try and win this one. So it's probably going to be, the video is going to consist of our practice, and it'll roll right into the tournament. And hopefully I have a video to show you guys. That's the main objective. So that'll probably be the next video you guys see. Hopefully it's us hoisting that trophy and that big check. And again, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Don't forget about the gift cards, and don't hesitate to pick that phone up and give me a call. I look forward to taking you guys out, talking to you, showing you guys this beautiful lake we have, and showing you an awesome time. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Tight lines.